Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome back for our math lesson. I hope everybody had a good, nutritious lunch, and hope you're ready to learn more about patterns. This week we've been talking about patterns that we can find in nature. So we talked about patterns in spring. We talked about patterns in the day and the night, things that we do at day and things that we do at night, and how they repeat each day. We also talked about other patterns in the sky, the constellations and the stars, the way the sun sets and rises in the east and the west. It goes from one side of the earth to the other. We talked about the patterns in the moon and how the moon gets smaller and then it gets bigger and then it gets smaller and then it gets bigger. There's patterns all around. So today we're going to be talking about patterns in seasons. So we know that we just came out of winter. It was really cold. We know that it snowed and it hailed and it sleeted and it rained. It was really cold. We had to wear our jackets and we had to wear rain boots and sweaters and hats and gloves and scarves. And we also know there was no plants growing, right? But now it's springtime. It's starting to warm up. There's no more snow. It's only rain. We saw earlier that our plants are starting to grow. The flowers are starting to bloom. Soon it's going to be hot enough where it gets really, really hot, which means the earth is going to be so close to the sun that it's going to be summer. And we're going to be able to wear our bathing suits and run in the sprinklers and stay socially distanced away at our swimming pools and beaches. And then after that, it starts to get a little cold again. And the leaves fall from the trees and the plants die. And we go to pumpkin patches and we drink apple cider and we have Thanksgiving. That's called fall. And then it starts getting cold all over again and it repeats and it goes back to winter when it snows. And we learn that a pattern is like a cycle, something that repeats itself. So these patterns in our seasons are repeating also. So let's start my presentation so we can get started. With our math presentation. It's math time, and today is a good day to learn something new. And as you can see here, we're going to be learning about our seasons. And before we read our book, we're going to stand up and dance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If You Feel It, from the CD Seasonal Songs in Motion by The Learning Station. Come on, clap your hands and shuffle your feet. Let's talk about the seasons and how they make you feel. In the spring, the flowers grow, say ah. In the spring, it's really warm, say really warm. In the spring, it's warm, 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 say warm, warm, warm.
Warm, warm, warm.
In the spring, the flowers grow, say ah.
Ah.
If you feel it, say yeah, yeah.
If you feel it, say whoa, whoa.
In the summer, the sun shines, say hot.
Hot.
In the summer, it's really hot, say really hot.
Really hot.
In the summer, it's hot, 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 say hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
In the summer, the sun shines, say hot.
Hot.
If you feel it, say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you feel it, say whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
In the fall, the wind whoosh.
Whoosh.
In the fall, it's really cool. Say really cool.
Really
In the
cool.
fall, it's cool, cool, cool. Say cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool,
In the
cool.
fall, the wind blows. Say whoosh.
Whoosh.
If you feel it, say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you feel it, say whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
In the winter, things turn to ice. Say
Brr.
in the winter, it's really cold. Say really cold.
Really
In the
cold.
winter, it's cold, cold, cold. Say cold, cold, cold.
Cold, cold,
In the
cold.
winter, things turn to ice. Say brr.
Brr.
If you feel it, say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you feel it, say whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
If you feel it, I can feel it.
Can you feel the weather today? How's it feeling for you? What's your favorite season?
Your favorite season? Is it
Spring, summer,
Summer,
fall,
fall,
or winter?
or
Miss Trisha's
winter?
favorite
Please let us
is summer. I like to go swimming in the swimming pools. I like to go to the beach. I like the hot sun. I like the way it feels on my skin. I just love everything about summer. So here is a book that we're going to read today, and it's about the changes that a tree goes through during the seasons. It's time to read a book. Come with me. It's time to read a book. Come and see. It's time to read a book. It's time to read a book. It's time to read a book. Come with moi, Miss Trisha. So the title of our book is Explore My World, A Tree Grows Up. We're going to learn about how an acorn grows up to be an oak tree, including the stages of growth through the seasons. And our author is Marv Ferguson Delano. Explore My World, A Tree Grows Up. And the publisher is National Geographic Kids. Look, what's the squirrel eating? It's an acorn. Squirrels love to munch on crunchy acorns. Acorns drop from oak trees in the fall. Squirrels eat many of them, but they don't eat them all. The squirrels miss this acorn. One by one, falling leaves cover it. The wind blows soil over it. In the winter, snowflakes blanket the acorn in white. When spring comes, the shell of the acorn splits open. A tiny root peeks out and pokes down into the soil. Soon, a little green stem with little leaves push up and reach towards the sun. It's a baby oak tree. Day by day, the baby tree grows. Its stem, called a trunk, becomes harder. By the end of summer, it's as tall as a pencil. And year by year, the young tree grows. When it's 5 years old, it's tall enough for people to stand under. Songbirds perch on its slim branches. Chirp, chirp. Just like you, a tree needs food to live, but a tree can make its own food. Sunshine helps the leaves turn air and water into a sugary food. The food flows through the veins in the leaves to every part of the tree. Every fall, when the weather turns chilly, the tree's leaves stop making food and they change from green to red to brown. Then they dry up and fall off. Brr! In the winter, the tree looks dead, but it's not, it's just resting. It rests all winter long. Spring brings rain and warm sunshine, and the oak tree wakes up new leaves, spread wide to catch the sunlight. The tree keeps growing taller and taller. Its trunks and branches grow thicker and thicker. Squirrels scurry up and down the trunk, and a family of birds nests on a branch. Bloom! One spring, when the oak tree is about 30 years old, surprise, small flowers grow next to the new leaves. After a few weeks, the flowers fall off and little knobs form where the flowers used to be. They are baby acorns. Over the summer, they get bigger and bigger. In the fall, the acorns drop from the tree. Many animals come to feed on the fallen acorns: chipmunks, wild turkeys, bears, blue jays, deer, and squirrels, of course. So big. The oak is now a grown up tree. It will keep making acorns for the rest of its long life, and it will keep growing taller. Its trunk and branches will grow thicker and thicker, and one day a branch will be strong enough for a swing. Whee! Up, out, and down. A tree gets bigger in three ways: it grows up, it grows out, and it grows down. So it grows up. The top of a tree is called the crown. It's made of branches and twigs. Tiny tubes inside the trunk carry water from the roots to the leaves. And it grows down, so it grows out because the trunk gets wider, and it grows down because roots hold a tree in place. They keep it from falling over when strong winds blow. Growing up, every year, new shoots push out of the buds at the tip of the branches and twigs. This causes the twig to grow longer and the tree to grow taller. Growing out. Every year, a new layer of wood forms underneath the bark of the trunk and branches. This makes the trunk and branches grow thicker. And growing down. Most of the tree's roots are underground, and every year the roots spread wider and deeper, and that's how it grows down. Home sweet tree. Birds and squirrels aren't the only animals that make their home in oak trees. Here are a few of the many different animals that live in oak trees. We see a honeybee, we see a woodpecker, we see a mouse and a frog, and a butterfly and a cricket, and even a skunk. Super seeds. Most trees begin their lives as seeds. Seeds come in many different shapes and sizes. An acorn is a seed. It grows into an oak tree. Acorns have a smooth, hard shell with a rough, bumpy cap. So you have the oak tree and the acorn. You have a maple seed. They look like little helicopters there. Here are some other kinds of seeds. How many of them have you seen? Did you know that a pine cone is a seed? And pine trees and apple trees, apples have seeds to build apple trees. And cherries have seeds to grow a cherry tree. So here's another activity that you can do that I highly recommend. It says collect leaves in different shapes and sizes and place a leaf on a hard flat surface with the bottom side of the leaf facing up. Put a piece of thin paper over the leaf and gently rub the side of a crayon back and forth on part of the paper over the leaf. Be sure to rub the entire leaf, and then you can see all the veins inside the leaf. And you also have lovely art. And here's our book is finished. And here's some more National Geographic for Kids stories that you guys can read. Look at all of these: butterflies, koalas, frogs, dolphins, planets, tigers, weather. We talked about the precipitation earlier today, didn't we? So back to our presentation. And we talked about all the ways a tree changes and the pattern. So the tree had a pattern, right? In the winter, it had snow. In the spring, the leaves started to bloom. In the summer, the acorns would fall to the ground. And in the fall, the leaves would turn brown and fall to the ground. So let's look here at the flowers and see if we can find a pattern. So I see green, orange, green, orange, green. What do you think comes next? Let's see. Orange. And now we have pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, You guessed it. If you said blue. Good job. Now we have blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink. And pink is our answer. And now we have blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange. And then we have orange, green, orange, green, orange, green, orange. What comes next? You said green, you're right. And now we have pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple. And we have white, green, white, green, white, green. And then we have red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. And we also have a season pattern activity here. So it says spring, summer, autumn, winter. Spring, summer, autumn. Uh-oh. What comes after autumn? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Good job. And you can see the pictures of the flowers are spring tree, summer tree, autumn tree, winter tree. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. And you can see the pictures match the spring, summer, and autumn. Good job. And then we're going to spot the pattern activity and then draw in the next pattern. So we're going to shade the shape to finish the pattern. So we have yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. You guys can do this activity at home by drawing the shapes on a piece of paper and finishing the pattern. And then make sure you send a picture to Miss Tricia. We also have apple, orange, apple, orange, apple, orange, apple. I'm not giving you the answer because I want you to do this work on a piece of paper. Then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And we have star, circle, star, circle, star, circle, star. And then we have A, B, A, B, A, B, A. And then here's a harder one. Blue, orange, orange. Blue, orange, orange. Blue, orange, orange. Blue, orange. So that is your assignment today, to fill in those patterns. Your classwork also is to draw a picture of the 4 seasons, discuss how the pattern repeats itself each year, and how weather creates a pattern with the seasons. Write your full name and take a picture and send it to us and post it on Google Classroom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations and well done. High five and hip, hip, hooray. We are all finished our math lesson today. We are all finished our recordings for this week. Tomorrow you will have your specials, so you'll see Miss Winmay and Miss Bernie and Miss Patty will be posting their lessons on Google Classroom. We will try to post it on Class Dojo too if you can't get the assignments. But this is just another reason to encourage you guys to get on Google Classroom, because it's not always possible to transfer everything that's in Google Classroom into Class Dojo for you guys. And really that's just us doing a service for you guys so that you guys can be a part of this. So I really encourage you to get on Google Classroom. Please watch the videos that we're making every day. Miss Cecile does a Zoom. Next week, Zoom will only be on Tuesdays and Thursdays because she has some meetings. And then the following week after that, there's only 2 days left of the school. So now's the time to get into Google Classroom if you can. All right, talk to you guys later, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.